шіркін тамыр өтінем мені жалатпа келесіп тек кешірім.
Yes, Sir Hairless here. I was about to film a different video, so I opened up YouTube and I saw this new release by Dimash. It just came out. I did receive a comment quite recently on my last Dimash video as well, saying that there was a new song. And I currently have a poll open about which Dimash reaction to do next. That's available to everyone publicly on YouTube. So whilst that's ongoing, I thought, you know what? Why not do this one? This new song. It's called Grateful to Fate. When I chuck the Kazakh title into Google Translate, it says, I thank fate. Interesting title, quite a positive title. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, that is the start. I haven't skipped into it. It just kind of starts. Okay, let's go.
Тағдыр сені маған сыйғып тартқанда құйтай жүрек шіркін тамыр тапқан ба бірге барып бас иейік екеуміз шолпан жұлдыз атып келе жатқанда сендім саған сенім.
Okay, sorry, I love this so far. It's really, really nice. I have some things that I have to say before I forget, so I'm going to do my first pause here. If you don't want to hear my thoughts or analysis, go to the timestamp. So right from the off, I want to talk about the meter, the time signature, how the rhythms work, first of all. We're thinking in triple time, like a waltz. This is in compound time, so there are two main beats in a bar. Bum, bum. And each one is subdivided into three smaller beats. We will call them mini beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one bar or measure. Keep that in mind because I'll come back to that in a second. I love the opening, the guitar solo, let's call it that, the melodic line on top of everything. And underneath we have the piano and the guitar emphasizing this compound time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I love it even more because of some of the dissonances we hear. There's this clash, for example. And in the piano we hear this. And in the guitar, in different octaves, but I'll play them in the same octave. So each phrase, the piano and the guitar, in their own right are very melodic, very harmonious. And together as well, it sounds really nice, we can all agree. But if I just play those two phrases together, this is what they sound like. Interesting, isn't it? Also that piano part, that initial drop, that's one of my favourite intervals, a sixth. This is a major sixth though, as opposed to a minor sixth. But how minor it sounds because of the overall context of the music. Then we get Dimash's entry. But before I get into that, I want to mention the rhythms again. So just a moment ago I said we have two main beats, each one subdivided into three mini beats. So 6 mini beats per bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it seems like it's changed to 3 main beats per bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it repeats. Very interesting. So if you kind of sensed a bit of a change and you weren't quite sure what it was that. He does a very airy entry. You know I love his airy voice. I often include a clip of Ikanaida in my Dimash videos. The melodic arc of the melody here is beautiful. Repeated phrases slowly moving down, and the lyrics. How can my heart ever find peace when fate has blessed me with you? Underneath Dimash, we have the bass part. I'll call it, it's the lowest part we can hear in the guitar. It's playing these repeated notes and then moving to the next note to repeat. So there, it's playing this note. Dimash's melody, if I play it in the same octave, is here. This interval is called a tritone. Tri meaning three, and tone is two notes. So it means three tones. 1, 2, 3. Tritone, also known as Diabolus in Musica, the devil in music. It sounds extremely harsh, extremely dissonant, because of how the frequencies of those two notes align. Hence, many centuries ago, people calling it the devil in music. It definitely stuck out to me for that reason, and that's why I'm mentioning it. But it's still beautiful. I really, really like it. Dimash has used it here so nicely. The bass part, it then drops down from here, down to that interval. The same I mentioned earlier, a major sixth, but again, because of musical context, how solemn it seems, there doesn't seem to be anything major about it. Major is usually happy, minor is usually sad. So it's funny considering the lyrics and the song title, which seem very, very positive. If we keep listening to the bass part, the harmony starts to get a little bit strange. And then we kind of open up to the major. The music seems lighter and more positive because of the harmonies. I'm really liking this so far. Let's carry on.
Şatastırıp yesimde Katilisi tek keşirim soratma
Yeah, again, some more things. I'm really liking the kind of growth in the guitar line. We heard subtle on top of everything at the beginning, but now it's starting to have some more little melodic riffs. And I love the video too. So simple, so autumnal. Really scenic, really beautiful. Okay, let's go over just a handful of points before continuing. From where we carried on, what a nice phrase. Dimash uses a blended voice, which we know he loves doing and is so good at. Then he kind of moves it to the airy voice. Then this phrase, the agony, we can kind of hear in the voice. Please don't bring me to tears, he's saying. We get a harsh, pronounced j sound at the beginning of the phrase. He goes through and just slides. And airy voice again. Airy voice, often associated with weakness. He's changing. He goes back to powerful, then back to airy. Almost like he doesn't have the emotional capacity to maintain a more powerful sound. Until here. Is this power? Is this conviction in what he's singing, what he's saying? No, he comes off again. We've had no beat so far, no percussion. As mentioned when discussing the opening, the guitar and the piano, they're very, very rhythmic. There's that constant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're plucking, the guitar plucks, and the piano is, well, a string being hit. The piano is a string instrument as well as a percussion instrument. So the guitar and the piano, they've had this rhythmic drive in them, this energy, keeping things moving. Now, for the first time, just here, we have a break in their pattern. Why? Well, we're changing between sections or verses. Last time when we did a change between the verses, we didn't get that. They just play straight through. So this time, to make the section changes different, to do something different, we know that Dimash loves to have variety within his performances. What does he do now? He chooses a key change. It's very seamless using the guitar run up to implement this key change to be the main kind of method by which the key change happens. Also, we've gone back to 6 mini beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, instead of the 9 that we had before. So back to 2 main beats per bar rather than 3. I can't remember if I said Dimash chooses a key change. I was thinking it. Did he compose this? I can see in the description it's a cover song. Sorry guys, as this was new, I just kind of went straight for it. I didn't do the research that I usually put in. I just assumed it was Dimash's original song, but it's not. I'll need to listen to the original after this.
Sağınғанда мен сені ұзақ түннің таңында зер көз ілгем сенім саған сенімімді қолатпа сүйдім сені Şatastırıp yesimde Katelesip tek keşirim soratma
It's a really nice song. It's really nice arrangement. I keep thinking Dimash is going to go into the, the crazy Dimash, the male soprano Dimash. It doesn't come. A few things before we carry on. Just before we carried on last time, I mentioned that we'd moved from 9 mini beats to 6. Now we've gone back to 9. It's very cool how they can just switch between these two, depending on if it's the verse they're singing or a section between the verses. Wow, the Kazakh language is strangely beautiful. So expressive with these pronunciations. The closed L sound, L. The rolled R's, I can't roll my R's, so I will not try. Really, really cool. In my Lara Fabian videos, I always talk about how the language that the song is sung in is so important. It can completely change the feeling of the song. If you're interested in seeing my reactions to Lara, I know she was one of Dimash's idols, you can check out my playlist up here. Then we get a bit more power to the sound again. Back to the airy sound. Overall though, there's definitely a subtle growth that we're hearing. Very subtle, slowly building tension. And then we get to this bit, proper tenor Dimash coming out now. And the backing instrumentation, we have some more layers in there. The overall structure remains the same, the emphasis on the 1, 2, 3, jump, bum, bum, plucked guitar and piano, just more layers, a bit of a thicker sound, a thicker texture. Such a nice arrangement and composition. Then there was another nice key change. And then that leads into this bit, which made me smile. Another modulation, Dimash is breathing in. He's not singing. The instrumentation, the music at its core is now the focus. Yeah, really nice. If you're wondering about the harmony here, well, it is our good friend, the circle of fifths. So we go from here, G sharp to D sharp, E flat to B flat to F. I'll play it on the online keyboard as this bit of music happens. And that's where it stops, and that's where I paused. So let's continue, probably to the end now. I think there's just over a minute left.
болсаң неге шөлдейін сендім саған сенемімді қолатпа сүйдім сені өтінем мені жалатпа шатастырып есімді қателесіп тек кешірім сұратпа.
Well, that one at the end just got me. It just got me. It just physically got me. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I love the music, but sometimes music's that powerful. It doesn't matter what you're thinking mentally. Sometimes it will physically just get you. Wow. Well, sorry about that. That's probably time to wrap up. So just a few more points from that last section and then we'll finish. The last section starts. No crazy high Dimash, no crazy powerful blended voice that we so often hear him use when he's expressing anguish. It's a different type of melancholy almost. I like it. It's a traditional performance. Such a mature sound. I guess we're at the most powerful moment here. Yeah, it's traditional. I'm going to use that word. I can imagine it being played on the radio in the middle of the last century. Sitting there, hearing this on the radio. Yeah, what a voice. And then the ending. Back to the airy voice. And a light, blended voice. And then the final chord. We have this chord, but then there's this note in there too, ending on a nice dissonance. I don't have anything else to say. The music got me. It got me. I'll apologise for that, but I know I'll get comments saying never apologise for that. One way you know music has truly moved someone is You can see in their eyes. You can see it in their eyes. And if there are tears coming out, they either love it or it's physically hurting them and they're crying in pain. You can guess which one that was. As always, thank you very much for watching. Would appreciate a like and subscribe. Comment down below other songs or performances by Dimash you'd like to see me react to. If you enjoy my content, would like to support me, you can do so by joining the Patreon or YouTube memberships linked below. Also, buy me a coffee if you don't want to commit to a membership. And I will see you next time.